This is my mare, Miss Farrah Fawcett. I call her Angel. She's a chestnut with a flaxen mane. I'm just going to be brushing her out a little bit. I don't think I've shown her before. She's pregnant right now, as you can see. She's really big. She's that real pretty, like a orangey red chestnut, and she's bred to my stallion, Ed's Majestic Stranger, who I call Doc, and here he is. He's over here. Hey Doc, buddy. He was making some noise. This is Doc. That's Ed's Majestic Stranger there. And so she's bred to him. She's due sometime this summer. I can't remember if it's June or July or something like that. And so she's had a year off. And look, I mean, you can see, look how big she is. I mean, she's pretty much ready. This will be her first foal. So I'm interested to see how it turns out. This horse, I was riding a lot for a while, and I can't wait to start again once she's done raising her foal. It'll be a while, obviously, but I've got some ideas. But she was real. This one was real rough to ride, and I have a suspicion of why. She's obviously just not relaxed. First off, about when she's being ridden. Now, when I bought her, I mean, they were getting her to gait and everything in a like in a arena kind of thing, and looked like she did really well and everything. But it's kind of like what I say. Like, I think what they did was, I think this is a horse that naturally would trot. Like they all have a preferred gait, like a walk. There's their actual gait, and then if they're gonna do it's either like a trot, or it'll be like a pace. Hey girl, look at her, she's looking off into the distance. She's such a good girl. And I think this one would naturally trot. Now, I never saw her trot when I got her at all, okay? And I think what they did is they taught her to pace, and then they got her out of the pace into the running walk, okay? So when you push this horse, like when I say push, I mean like if she got nervous about something or whatever, she didn't know what to do. She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know if she should pace or trot or anything, and so she throws you these different mixed up gaits at the same time. And I always said she's like riding a horse, or driving in a car with square wheels, and so, and the reason I think that is because when I finally, I don't know, one day I just said, that's it. I just turned her out. I turned her out with some other mares, and now we'd put her in a pen. We had tried. We couldn't get her to canter. She couldn't canter. She didn't do anything like this. And when we put her in a pen, and we would get her to do that, I couldn't get her to. I mean, she would pace, or she'd do this mixed up gait, like half pace, half canter, half. I mean, just it was all mixed up, right? And so what I did was, when I turned her out with some other fillies, she went out in that pen, and she went into this beautiful floating trot, just beautiful floating trot. And that's where I come to the conclusion, I don't know if it's right or not, but that she naturally would trot, and they taught her to pace. and then got her in the pace, and then got her from the pace into the gait. And so she's mixed up. Like when you tell her what to do, she's trying to do what she thinks you want her to do, but she doesn't know any better, you know. And so I have some ideas of how to work with her. Once, I mean, it'll be about 8 or 10 months from now, you know, once she's done raising her baby, or maybe even a little longer, then I'll start working with her again. But I have some ideas. But she's a sweet horse, but she's mixed up like that, you know. And this is why I say, like, what we do here is we really don't even work on the gait. And I'm not saying I never do, okay? What I'm saying is that there's so much to do before you concern yourself with the gait that a horse should know, a riding horse should know. You know, they should be able to hey girl, hi sweetie pie. Should be able to move out, be relaxed, move out in self-carriage, you know, very, very soft, supple, and flexible, all this kind of stuff. And so what I'm going to do is just teach her all that stuff, and the gait will just come. Like whatever her gait is, what her natural, you know, inborn genetic trait is to gait, will just come out. But what happens with people in gaited horses is that they get a gaited horse and all they focus on is the gait. And I mean, you'll see it all the time in people's questions. I mean, how do I get him to gait? How do I get him to gait? How do I get him to gait? They never ask you, how do I get him or her to be soft to my legs? Or how do I get him or her to rate their speed, you know? Not speed up and be worried, you know? How do I get him to slow down without, you know, pulling on them? You know, all this kind of stuff. They don't ask that. They just ask, how do I get him to gait? And the truth is that's why a lot of people in the gaited world, they do all this mechanical stuff, like with different kinds of bits and trimming their hooves a certain way, or growing out their hooves to have real long toes, different weighted shoes, all this stuff. And it's all some sort of shortcut or mechanical method of getting their horse to gait, when all they really have to do, I mean, it's a longer route, but what they have to do is they have to teach their horse to be relaxed, and how to relax, and to trust them. And you know, first off, to get a horse to trust them, you got to trust the horse too. You know, and you have to trust the horse, and you have to help them realize that you're fair and you're not going to hurt them, and that they can trust you because you never put them in some sort of danger. You know, you don't double cross them, right? You don't double cross them. You know, like they know that if you ask them to do something, it's going to be okay, and they're not going to get hurt. You know, that's what you do. And I just don't think in the gaited world people, and I'm sure there are people out there who do, but I'm just saying it seems like a large number of people don't. They just focus on the gait, period. You know, and when you don't worry about that, and when you just concern yourself with the horse being, you know, soft and supple, moving out in self-carriage, being relaxed at different speeds, you know, backing up real lightly, you know, being real light in your hands, you know, really given to the reins and stuff like that. I mean, doing things willingly, all this kind of stuff where they're just calm and relaxed, you know. If you get a horse that's like that, these gaited horses especially, I mean, they're gonna gait like a dream, you know, because they're not worried, right? And so that's the thing like with her, I think that's what went on, you know. They just, because when I got her, I mean, the videos and stuff, I mean, she was gaiting and looking beautiful, going around in a ring outside, you know. And but when I got her, she didn't know anything. Get her out in the open, in the trail or anything, she'd get all bothered and worked up, you know, and raise her head, and then she'd start throwing this. I literally was like driving a car with square wheels, and I know people say, oh, well, you just need to get him in frame or do this or get this kind of bit or pull this or do that or whatever. But I'm telling you, yeah, I could have forced her in it, but she's not happy about it. You can see this horse is, you know, she's sweet, you know, she's a sweet horse, but she just didn't feel comfortable, you know, in the process. And I mean, you know, she'd do all sorts of stuff. She'd buck and do all sorts of stuff but she just could never get herself balanced, you know. So I've got some ideas like what I'm going to do with her to help that once I start riding her again. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take her and put her in the round pen, let her move around a little bit. Should people subscribe? They should. Hey, smash that like button and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.